across the street. We got two groups now. Hey guys over there, please pick up the pace, go across right now. You've got the walk sign. Get up to the front here.
There's Zach over there.
So we can get everybody together. This really is amazing. God, look at that. We can't even fit on the street. Make sure you guys are leaving room, guys. Make sure you're leaving room. If you can move down at all over here, let everybody gather around. We got a lot of people trying to walk here.
He's up there.
A lot of people trying to walk. Come on, you guys. Oh, they can't. That's the street. Look at this. We got 3 groups that are trying to get across. That's how many people are walking today. So, you guys, this really is. So here we go. Here's the last wave. Keep on walking, guys. Yeah. Everybody feel okay? Yeah. I figured we should walk at least 10 more miles. No, that's not gonna happen. I would do it, it would be too much. We'd be walking, then we'd miss the show. We don't want to miss the show today, right? I'm not an incredible walk today. You know, today is, if I'm counting correctly, our 56th mile we've walked along this route. I said this a little bit when we started, but one of the reasons we had this sort of crazy idea of doing these barefoot miles is when we were making this album, we were really inspired by some friends of ours that were donating a tool that they had to help a hospital do AIDS research in Africa. And you know what, something sparked in us that said, you know what, we want to go and learn and see what role we could have in helping to fight AIDS and helping to fight poverty, but thinking, you know what, we don't have the tools to make the difference. But we went there just as people trying to learn. And what we came back with was the realization that the best tools we had available were the things that we need to use. So we started by using music. Hey guys. Just kidding. We started by using music. So the idea of the walks was everybody needs to be reminded that the power to make a difference is in your hands. The power to make a difference is in the decision for you guys to decide to act every day. If you look at the issues in Africa, you know, it's totally understandable that we feel like, you know, it comes on the news and Brad Pitt and Madonna are in Africa and it's all covered. It's cool. Everything's taken care of. But it's not like that. You know, our generation will be judged by history based on what happens in Africa and whether we did something about fighting poverty and fighting extreme the spread of AIDS. You look at how many kids are born into life without a choice. You've got enough kids to fill the entire island of Manhattan and all the surrounding boroughs that have no families because their parents have died of AIDS. Now just imagine being an entire continent trying to deal with millions of kids that have no families. Okay? Today what we're doing is starting with something so simple that it's almost embarrassing that we think we can make a difference with it, but it's so valuable. What we started this thing, we partnered with a shoe company to say, you know what, issues with AIDS and poverty are totally linked. You can't take them away from each other. So let's start with shoes. Tom's shoes. Anybody have Tom's shoes here? Is there any Tom's? Okay. Tom's is one great example of a company that said, you know what, we can give back with our business, not after we are successful, but in our livelihood. Every time you buy one of their pair of shoes, they donate a second pair of shoes. And throughout this tour, we started off trying to help them reach a goal. They wanted to sell 50,000 pairs to donate. And amazingly, after walking all throughout last tour, we helped them reach that goal. 50,000 pairs of shoes. So, when you finish the walk today, I want you guys, you can find out information about how you can buy a pair of Toms and how you can, you know, start simple with a pair of shoes, one for one. The reason why this whole thing is important is because this is not an awareness walk. This is an action walk. This is about you guys. I don't care who's watching us right now. I care about you guys who are walking. You guys who are joining us today. You know what? It takes a lot just to show up. It takes a lot just to show up and do something. Even when it seems small, you're like, somebody says, let's get out of the soup kitchen. You're like, oh, okay. The people that show up and do that, just show up, put their butts on the line and show up in line. That's what you guys are doing today, okay? And that's what's going to separate you guys. You know what? There's a line in the sand that says, this half of our generation thinks it's okay to be judged by the Paris Hilton standard, and you guys need to be on the other side of the line. Not the obligation, but the opportunity to be the single greatest generation in history, and that's no bullshit. That's a decision you guys can make. And the way that you're going to become that is by taking this this one mile walk can maybe it'll be a spark. Maybe you guys are already doing so many great things that you want to tell us about that we can follow you, because I would do that in a second. I would follow whoever is willing to walk another mile. Actually, that's not a good idea because we'll be walking. But this is the first mile. I want you guys to leave with the idea that this is just one example. It's the spark. If we can leave this and say, what do we create? What do we do? What jobs will we take? What people will we inspire? What kids will we raise? What lives will we influence? This is going to be the future if we decide to say, you know what? I can at least take off my shoes. And tomorrow, I'll just do what little I can. I'll start small. I'll start simple. Because believe me, when we sat there and delivered those shoes one at a time, and I sat with a 5-year-old that walks 10 kilometers a day, just one direction to try and go to school, you think to yourself, God, that 1 mile walk barefoot, that was nothing. Every day, 20 kilometers just to go to school, 5 years old. Okay, try picking up the callous foot of a 5-year-old and seeing him hold the first new pair of shoes he's ever seen. And that was because one person decided to buy a pair of Toms and take the walk. I do also want to say one other thing, which is I think important in this group. I see a lot of female faces. And what I want to say to you guys is, this is not just about a disease, this is also about women. Disproportionately, women contract AIDS far faster than men do. And this is an issue for women's rights in the world. I am very, very serious about this. It is important for mothers. This is an issue for people who have no right to fight for themselves. Yeah. And so I want you guys to take that to heart as well, because it is about young women like yourselves who are basically unempowered. And it is an opportunity for you guys to say, we are empowered, and we're going to prove it. So remember that if you walk away with nothing else, think of the fact that you have the opportunity to empower another young lady or another young man like yourself. All right, hey you guys, we got so much more to say, but why don't we finish this mile already? Right?